And with that, welcome back to Top Rope Spoilers, subsidiary of On the Ring Apron. Steve.
And Kia.
And Alyssa.
Back. Thanks for letting us take a little break. You know, going through this takes a lot. We figure we're filming 3 of these in one night, so it gets a little tiring. But hey, it's the last piece of business before we head on to Mania.
And that's on here.
But once again, a shout out to the Weekend. Less than zero for the theme song. We thought the intro was so nice we'd do it twice. But with that, anybody who has not had an opportunity to watch our night one, it's up, it's posted. Go back, pause, check it out. We'll wait here. Okay, you watched it? Okay, great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. And you know all our picks and know exactly how it's going to go, okay? You know, these aren't just top rope predictions. They're top rope spoilers. It's not on purpose. The name is not on accident. But either way, let's move into night 2. So we've kind of done what we've projected to be night 1 and what most of WWE, Wikipedia page, etc. But let's open with night 2. And we're going to start with this.
All right. Short and brief. I love it.
Not all of them are going to get the big fancy intros, but it does happen. But this is the men's WrestleMania showcase match, which essentially is a way of finding a way to get 8 more men and 8 more women on the card to be able to give them a match at WrestleMania. I mean, they did a good job of picking 4 teams that have done a pretty good job of being able to, be at top capacity, contenders inside the men's tag team division. But just going from left to right here, you've got Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits. We now affectionately know them as Big and Little Bald. Thank you, Haven. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy. That is Chad Gable and Otis.
Yeah.
And then the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, no doubt Valhalla somewhere nearby. Mm-hmm. Again, it's a fatal 4-way. First pin wins. No title matches on the line. Just a way to get them on the card. Short and sweet.
Honestly, I feel like Viking Raiders has come back. They have literally taken out everyone and everything. They've been mass destruction. They have literally said, hey, this is what's going to happen, and you're going to fall to us. And they've literally, I think, swept the board of every competitor, and I don't think no one's safe. When it comes to Chad Gable and Otis, I thought they were a weird pairing, obviously, but they've made it work. I love Otis. I feel like they've been doing so much with him, and it kind of started from the whole Mandy Rose storyline.
How does he keep getting all the women? He got Mandy Rose, then he gets Maxine Dupree now on it with his eyes. Like, how does he keep scoring all these babes?
But I feel like he's kind of distracted with Maximum Male Models and Maxine when it comes to that, because Chad Gable has not been able to get him on track. Now he comes and he does what he needs to do, but I feel like in the background he's distracted in some form or fashion, thinking, oh, I'm a model now, that's great, I love it, but is he going to be there for his partner when his partner needs him? When it comes to Big and Little Ball, I felt like they were kind of thrown together. I don't really feel like they're the perfect tag team. There's no hate there. I just feel like they're better off separately than a tag team. It's just kind of a weird put together. When it comes to the Street Profits, they've had chemistry since day one. No Uso reference intended. They've come from the NXT roster and have come up to the main roster and have been together since the start. I feel like they have the perfect chemistry to get things done. So.
Me personally, I feel like this was just kind of thrown together, so I won't really have much to say.
I think both the showcase matches are, and that's exactly it. It's like, it's WrestleMania. It's a chance to get a few more people on the card without, having the generic battle royal. You know, where let's throw everybody out there.
No.
You still got to earn your way in.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand it. I kind of like it, but at the same time, if there was a title shot on the line, then maybe this would mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
But with that, we're continuing our rotation. So I'm actually going first, picking up from night 2. From our night 1 picks. I am going Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been destructive, but they can't seem to win that big one.
Yeah.
It's like when they had the shot at the tag titles, it looked like the Usos were going to absolutely get demolished. Ultimately, they found a way to still beat the Viking Raiders, and they seem to be losing to people here. I know a lot of people are going to go Big and Little Bald here. Street Profits are popular. I think Alpha Academy may be the only one that I think is really kind of doing things. But maybe, maybe it'll be like Mandy Rose. Maybe Maxine comes, gives him a kiss, and Otis becomes like ultra powerful, super
yeah.
Otis for, a couple of minutes or whatnot. But I think the Viking Raiders are due. I think they win this one. You had one job.
Okay.
It's okay. Kia, make your pick. I'll fix that.
I feel like, again, I said what I said earlier. We believe it's thrown together, but it's Mania, so these competitors need something to do. These competitors need something to do, like I said. For me, I feel like Street Profits have a good chance of winning. I feel like they've give me a minute.
Yeah, this you may just want to keep talking.
Okay. I feel like Street Profits has, again, come up together. They've
Don't
worked
touch.
together. They've I feel like they could get it done, but again, Viking Raiders has come back and has been destructive against literally everyone and everything, with Valhalla backing them. So, yeah.
Viking Raiders.
Yes, Viking Raiders most definitely.
Alyssa, if you can stop giggling for 2 seconds.
I'm gonna go Viking Raiders too.
Oh, sure, she's ahead, so yeah, go with the. And that seems to
Well,
be
no,
like
it's
the
not
story.
even that. It's just like I always pick my picks. Like whoever did good that week, like the week leading up, you probably already did good for a reason. So they might as well flip it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, so and for anyone who did see night one, because you did, we stopped and we waited for you. That's been kind of the parable, is the fact that we're going across the board on a lot of picks, which means not a lot of opportunities for us to be able to catch up.
Well,
Maybe that's Alyssa's plan. Maybe she just keeps picking the same as us at all, and we can't catch her.
Well, no, I'm
we
just
are
not gonna
running out
pick
of-
something dumb.
Yeah, well, there's
I'm
3 other
sorry.
choices up here, so I don't know. Either way, rotate. Get Alyssa away from that projector.
Leave me alone because I'm sitting here trying to get ahead.
We're handling this at home, so that way we get to LA, we're ready to roll. So either way, that second match. Not really a surprise here. And this one is the other match, as our thing has fallen down again. Yeah, it's fallen down off the side again. Either way, it is the other women's showcase match. This one featuring 4 different women's teams, an opportunity to have who they felt have been the best storylines of the last year, going for it. You've got from left to right Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, who I feel have been the best 2 up until this point. You've got Jiffy Pop Hat, Natalya, and Shotzi. I'm glad that I want to see if she comes out in a real tank. Come on, do it. We can afford it. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, like them, don't like them, your opinion is whatever, but they've been one of the better teams to be able to compete against. And then you've got Team HR or whatever Adam Pearce called them, but the team of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, who earned their way in on Monday Night Raw. I'll let the ladies take it while I try to fix this again.
I would just go ahead and say this one feels even more random and thrown together than the other one. We're gonna digress and move on. Let me see. I don't know. I just feel like this one would just be easier to just pick. Because, like, you have these two. These two were just literally thrown together. Like, can't even make that up. These two have been working together for a little bit, though. So, I mean, they've got the chemistry and the heel streak going. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they had some underhanded stuff going with it. It's fine.
It's crooked, but
Jiffy Pop here. Sorry. Don't look like that. Jiffy Pop here is not doing it for me. And these two just feel like they have the best, I don't know, the best chance together.
Kia?
Again, this is thrown together. I don't feel like they really took the time for the women, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. And the fact that last year and the year before that, the women, they were literally getting main event attraction. They were up there. They were doing everything you asked them, if not more. This year, it's just kind of a disappointment, and it's, again, thrown together. And I don't know how many of y'all feel the same way I do, but Raquel and Liv, I feel like they're good together. I feel like they try to work with one another, so it makes it that much more. I feel like anyone you have put Liv or Raquel with,
they've done their best and to try to figure the other one out and get the movesets down. Natalya and Shotzi, it's kind of an odd pairing only because I feel like Natalya is about herself when it comes to a lot of things. And I feel like at some point, even if they win, I feel like at some point she's turned on competitors before, she's turned on partners before. Why not say she won't do it again in this match or sometime after if they don't win? Shayna and Ronda, they've been together for a very long time. Again, they have this nasty heel streak. We got one that will break your arm, one that will break your face. You have the other one that will break your leg. I feel like we saw what they did to Shotzi, and Shotzi came back and is better than ever. Team annoying, I'm not gonna say it for what it is, but Chelsea Green just got here and she's asking for a whole lot from Adam Pearce. And I feel like,
I mean, do you know who she is?
yeah, she's Chelsea Green, but still, what does that matter? And then Sonya Deville, as much as I love her, what have you really done besides run a show? And you're not really running one now, so you have to find your way into the spotlight. But I don't think this is it for you, Boo Boo. I'm sorry, it's just this ain't it.
And with that, you move in your opening, so your pick.
With all the love in the world, I had the hardest time picking. It's either between Raquel and Liv or Shayna and Ronda, and I'm going to pick Shayna and Ronda. I feel like there's going to be something that's going to happen where they're going to do what they need to get done. They're going to come in, they're going to do the job, and they're going to leave. And they're just going to call it a night. So, Shayna and Ronda.
Alyssa?
I think I'm gonna go Liv and Raquel because it's like Liv has been running the gambit like all year. Raquel's been running with her. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to kind of reward them, and it's not like a big deal for everybody else. So yeah,
It's fine. And I'll be the one that'll go a third path here. About time we had a little parity in our choices, but I'm actually going to go Chelsea and Sonya. I will say at least this. They're going to be involved in the decision. Either they're winning or they're taking the pin.
They're taking that pin.
But honestly, I feel like, it's the perfect segue. Adam Pearce kind of just like, look, if it'll get you away from me, fine. Here's your chance to go to WrestleMania. Well, now they're in. What happens if all of a sudden, they win? Now all of a sudden they're going to be insufferable. And I feel like it fits well to Chelsea Green and really Sonya Deville's character as well, because now you could argue that they should be going for the tag titles, or both of them should be fighting for, the respective singles championships. So I feel like it does well to pursue off their characters. I know I'm taking the dark horse in this one most certainly, but I'm behind. I gotta take a chance somewhere. And I feel like that's something here, and let's just call it Jiffy Pop heads. Not getting it done. Please.
Nothing against Shotzi.
No, I do like her. Let's go. Shift. Alrighty, and let's see if we can keep this thing upright, but also at the same time move into match 3, and let's see who we've got. I hit the button. There it goes. WrestleMania will once again welcome us to hell. Hell in a Cell, 2 of the greatest legends that WWE has to offer, finally going to settle it inside the Dangerous Cell, as Edge already stating that he will show up in his Brood form. Maybe Gangrel and Christian pay us a visit, perhaps. Will battle Demon Finn Balor. Now, this will be Demon's first trip to Hell in a Cell. Edge has basically lived in it his entire career and literally thrives on this match. I'd argue only The Undertaker would have better odds in this match over the history of the company. You maybe could argue maybe Triple H or somebody like that. So Edge, picked this match for a reason, but, Finn doesn't bring out the demon for just anybody, and adding in the power of the Judgment Day behind it as well. It's going to be interesting to see if Edge can be able to handle this as this finally gets decided.
So here's the thing. Again, I say it literally. I think I've said it for every PLE. My past is literally meaning my future, and I love it, no doubt. But I'm also loving these renders too. And like, this looks like a legit badass right here. And this demon character, I'm kind of excited because I want to know if he's gonna come out in black, purple, and silver paint all over his body, or is he gonna stick to the red? Now I feel like the purple and silver and black.
I think a purple twist would be nice.
I feel like it would be fitting for the Judgment Day, and they've kind of outside of the Viking Raiders have run has run all over everybody and hasn't left no one to actually stand. For me, Edge, like you said, he lives in these moments. He is ready. So I feel like if he's going back to his Gangrel, that's some serious business, and I'm scared for the demon, and I usually don't say that for many people, but this is a demon in himself. You just have to see what he brings when he gets dressed up and he is the Edge of Gangrel. And I do hope that Christian shows up. That would be, great for the story.
You mean his brood form?
As brood form, yes.
There you go.
I feel like, honestly, if he shows up, I feel like Damien is going to get involved in some way. And
Hell in a Cell, all bets are off.
And Christian is going to neutralize him. So, yeah.
I was about to say, this will be my first time seeing the demon in person, so I'm a little scared.
Yes, you're gonna enjoy the pyro and fireworks from this one. Let's just say that. A lot more fire on this one. I don't care. Look at me to your heart's content. We know it's coming.
Bombastic side eyes. And what are y'all talking about for Edge?
He had a form when he was back in the Attitude Era called the Brood, and it was almost like a set of vampires.
Oh.
Fire, blood, drinking from, cauldrons and shit. It's...
Have you seen the movie Blade?
Don't put me on the spot right now.
Okay. Well, if you go back and you look at Edge and his Gangrel Brood days, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then you go and you look at a Blade movie, you'll see the comparisons.
Well, all I know is this match is going to be fire, and
Makes sense.
And yeah, I don't really have much to say.
Well,
this is a constant.
You'll have to say one more thing because your pick is up first. So.
All right, we're gonna go with contracts not up. No Edge on this one.
Edge?
Yeah, no Edge.
Gotcha. I feel like you need the final cap in this storyline. Edge technically already has beaten Finn in a singles match at a previous PLE. So Edge has kind of gotten that upper hand, and I really do feel like it's something to where, to have the demon take 2 losses in a row would be something kind of unheard of because it takes away the mystique of it if ultimately you're going to have him keep losing. Now remember, it's not just a situation where Finn is using this because he feels like he has to. Edge asked for this.
Yeah,
he wanted the demon. He wanted Finn at his top level, at his top form. So that way, when he wins, there are no more excuses and there's no more controversy here. And that's why I'm going to go Demon Balor on this one, because I really do feel like, it's not going to be appropriate for him to take losses. A coup de grace from the top of the cell. Watch your ankles or your knees, but still, wouldn't that be something? Or a spear off the cell through like a table a la Mick Foley type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
This has, the possibilities are endless. Somebody hand me 2K23. For the record, by the way, an official sponsor of WrestleMania. There you go. Shameless shout out. That's my hashtag shameless shout out. But yeah, Demon Balor.
For me, I've seen Edge and Gangrel and the Brood. He is nothing to mess with. I wouldn't want to mess with him. I wouldn't even want to be in a dark alley at this moment, okay? The Demon, when it comes to the Demon, I feel like Judgment Day has, like I said, run roughshod over everybody. And let's take it back to when the Demon and Roman battled each other, and the Demon we thought was dead, and all you saw was...
I said,
Almost this exorcist mess.
I said, what?
And he came back, and even if it didn't last long, that was something to watch. So I'm excited for what he will do now. And for me, again, the Demon is not pulled out just for any occasion. Finn has stated that. Everybody knows that. I know that. So for me, my pick, as much as I love Edge, and I can't wait to see what he comes out to, I'm going to pick the Demon. Again, I want to see how he comes out and the way he comes out and what colors he works with. So yeah.
Sounds like a working plan.
Yes.
Alrighty, shifting again.
Yes, across the way, Igor.
I know he did.
He
Turn
was
the light
right.
off.
Yes, master.
Turn the light off.
All right. If the next one is up that I think it is, this may be the one I'm waiting for the most of any of them, but I guess we'll find out. If you are a fan of old school, knock 'em out, drag 'em out type of matches, this is the one for you.
Yep.
A triple threat match for the prestigious Intercontinental Championship as the undefeated concurrent champion, Gunther, the Ring General, takes on the Scottish Warrior. Did I get that right? The Scottish Warrior with
Yes.
supersonic rockets.
Strapped to his
There
legs.
you go. Drew McIntyre, and of course the Irish King over there in Sheamus. Triple threat, first pin takes the title, which means Gunther loses his champion's advantage, which he has not been thrilled about in having to defend this in a triple threat. There are storylines out the wazoo here. Gunther's undefeated run. McIntyre, of course, winning the Intercontinental Championship 4 weeks after he started in WWE. And saying that was too much of a moment for him when he was younger, a chance for redemption. And, of course, Sheamus, it's the only title he hasn't won in WWE in his 12-year career. Something's got to give. But like I said, this is going to be one where you will be pinned to your seat and feeling the hits and pain along with them because you know this is going to be a knockout, drag-out. A slobber knocker, if you will.
I'm looking at the renders of each man, and I feel like only 2 out of the 3 are going to take this seriously. Not saying that the other won't, but why are you happy right now? You're supposed to be going into battle with the Ring General and the Scottish Warrior. You two have had your battles and your moments, and then add in a third piece who's tough, strong. He brings prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. He goes in, he does his job, and he's all business. There is no, I'm not playing around. I'm going to go get in, get out, do what I need to do. Drew is, again, he looks like he's all business. He's ready for war. He's ready to do what he needs to get done. And I feel like it's going to be a great match. Nothing against Sheamus, but I just feel like if you're this happy, then I feel like you're not ready. I don't feel like your head's in the game. But maybe this is a front that we're seeing, so let's kind of go with that.
See, I 100% disagree. I think he's smiling because he knows he's about to go into battle. I mean, he loves to fight.
I forgot he's Irish.
So, I mean, this is going to be fun, especially if you're a fan of English wrestling. I mean, this is right up your alley.
Boy, all I know is they are about to tear each other up. I am beyond excited to watch this one. Lord, I'm lost for words.
Because the fun part is the fact that somebody's going to have to lose this match,
I
and somebody's
know.
going to have to win it, of course.
Somebody got to take the pin.
You know, and the reality is I just see that being a situation, and I'll blend into my pick here, you know, Gunther is not going to be the one taking the pin here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and he's expressed very clearly that he is not happy with the fact that he's not able to defend this in a one-on-one. Because he firmly believes there's no one in the company, no one in the world who can beat him one-on-one if, you know, it is a true, fair, clean fight like he wants. So he feels like two people, especially people that have been perfectly fine being friends when need to be, you know, Gunther feels like he's stepping in at a disadvantage. However, the triple threat rules also allow for Imperium to also now be at ringside, get involved. Of course, the Brawling Brutes, same story. Drew has a sword. And Drew has a sword.
Drew walks
so it is what it is. But, you know, I mean, I'm just picturing welts, cuts, bruises, like, I feel hurt just thinking about what's about to happen, and they're going to get to go experience it. This may be one of your matches of the weekend. This may be the one that ultimately everyone's talking about. And I'm going to say a quick shout out before my pick, then moving on. Good job by Triple H making the mid-card titles relevant again. Putting John Cena and Austin Theory on night one, and then you're getting this. Last year, neither mid-card title not only was not defended, the champion wasn't even on the card.
That's sad.
They were both in the Battle Royal on SmackDown the night before. That's a shame, you know. But he's made both these titles where, I mean, short of Roman's run, you know, this has been one of the more intriguing stories of the entire last couple of years. But, I mean, I got to pick somebody, and I'm not really sure you can go wrong with any of these three picks. With that being said, I'm going to go with Gunther to retain. I feel like he's not going to lose here. I feel like it's the next feather in his cap. And he'll show up with a plan. He's the ring general. He's going to show up ready. You know, he don't take a dump without a plan. So we're going to run with it here. I'm going Gunther to retain.
Oh my god, I can't believe you said that on camera. But
I will, and I'll say it again in a future episode.
Moving on. I'm not gonna sit here and pull no punches because that's gonna happen in this match where they're gonna get knocked out, feel the pain, feel everything that they have coming to one another. But for me, I feel like
They'll get what's coming to him.
I feel like Gunther cannot lose this title again. He comes in, he takes it seriously, he takes his job seriously, and he's done that since day one, since he's gotten here. And I don't think there's no one that can stop him. Nothing against Sheamus and nothing against Drew, but you want it to remain relevant. You want it to have prestige. You want someone who says, this title means everything, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to defend each and every day against whoever comes my way. And yes, he doesn't like this triple threat because it's not one-on-one, but I feel like he's going to game plan and he's going to work his way around it, and I think he's going to figure it out. So I'm picking Gunther.
I'm going to be the one that steps off. I'm not going Gunther.
Okay.
And the only reason why I'm not going Gunther is because I feel like it's time for Gunther to step up. I feel like it's time for him to go. It's time for him to go to the next level because he has been unstoppable all the way up through here. So I'm ready to see him go after Roman. I want to see it go on Sheamus. I want him to make that history. I want him to get that last belt. I want him to get that. Because it's been 12 years. Like, come on. Plus, him and Gunther had a really, really, really good match.
A lot of people's things. It didn't win ours. Cody
No.
and Seth and Hell in a Cell got ours for our show. But there were several magazines, publications, sites that did pick that match at Clash of the Castle as your match of the year.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I think
well
it's
worth multiple watches.
I think it's time. So,
Sheamus?
yeah, I'm going to go Sheamus.
When was the last time you ever had Drew on a WrestleMania card and he was
I'm sorry,
not
Drew.
picked? I mean, that tells you how good the competition is.
Yeah.
So give it where it is. All right.
Steep.
Shift.
Sorry, y'all saw my fingies.
Not the fingies.
My fingies.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't think we'd see this one. I mean, Esteban es no aquí. Me llamo es Super Nacho. Está claro, no? I couldn't stop myself. Look, I didn't think this match would actually happen, and yes, I am going to do one in a Rey Mysterio mask, okay? Do something about it. It's my show. The reality is, they hyped this match for really. I mean, you knew when Dominik turned at Rey at Clash of the Castle, this was going to inevitably happen.
Yeah.
But where it was going to happen, I really had no idea. And now all of a sudden, you get the big announcement: Rey Mysterio going into the Hall of Fame, the first active roster member ever to go into the Hall of Fame, because he's already stated he has no intention of retiring here. He has no intention of calling it quits here for, several more years. I think he said he wanted to wrestle until he was 50.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, he's not done. And so everybody thinks, Dominik beats him, Rey will leave. Like, I don't think that's going to be the case here. But can we give credit where credit's due? Dominik Mysterio has gone from this young little boy we watched back in the later part of the Attitude Era, dealing with Eddie Guerrero, into easily the most just all around just hated heel in the business, probably not named Roman Reigns. And even folks like Roman. Right now, this may be the only match on the entire card where every single person across the board is saying the same line. He needs to get his pulo kicked in this match. Okay? He needs to get his ass handed to him. This needs to be a woodshed ass whooping here. Let's see if Ray can dish it.
You have to understand, for me, this is...
In Espanol?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that.
I could not pass it up.
I'm sorry.
Don't put me out there like that. I haven't been practicing like you.
Duolingo, baby.
So anyway, back to what I was saying.
Bebe.
I feel like you have to understand, Dominik, yes, is one of the most hated people, but he's getting the reaction he needs. He's getting the reaction. If you get pure silence, you're doing something wrong. And we've seen that in the past where people have gotten pure silence and it's like, ooh, they're not going over well and it's not what it is. Now, I want to say congratulations to Ray for going into the Hall of Fame. I am excited. You have to understand, from the moment I saw Ray, I have been a huge fan. I love underdogs. Underdogs have been, my life. So the fact of the matter is, at this moment, Ray, I feel like for me, could get it done. Here's the thing. Dominik has grinded my gears. You have to understand, you've watched your father over the years that you were a little kid. You watched him work day in and day out and be on the road and do this and do that and provide for your family. So the fact that you have the mouth to open to be disrespectful and you sit here and say, you're a bum dad and you're not this and you're not that and you haven't been there for me.
Ungrateful.
It comes off as pure ungratefulness. Like, are you serious? He went one whole year with no contract because he wanted to work with you. He wanted to improve you. He wanted to help you as his son. And this is the payback that you give him. The ultimate disrespect is not, coming at Ray. It's coming at your mother, the woman that gave you life, the woman that gave you birth. If that was my kid, my comment was, I brought you in this world. I can take you out.
I think the viewpoint is Dominik should be grateful at this point that Ray got to him first.
Yeah, because
if Angie had gotten to him first, I'm not sure we've even got a match.
My thing is, he's been an ungrateful, spoiled brat that believes that his father ain't nothing when his father is literally going into the Hall of Fame. How much more of a career do you really need to go into the Hall of Fame? The disrespect is accosting. It's disgusting, and I think you need to go sit in the corner somewhere and think about what you did. Yes.
Just kidding. Y'all have hit the nails dead on the head, okay? I don't care how upset I get. I would never disrespect my parents like
Right.
that. Are you kidding me?
No, I said right.
No, I'm saying, have you bumped your head? Last time I checked, you had food on your table.
Right.
You had a way to get around.
Oh.
You got all the brands you want. I think you did okay. Now, forgive him if he had to make a living so you could survive, for him to miss a game or something like. But I'm not my business. I don't know. I'm not a parent. But like I said, I just hope Ray comes in here and whoops that ass. Because
I like the
who are you talking to?
I like the Keith Lee reference.
Yeah. Because who are you talking to? Not me. And not Ray either. Let's get it.
Well, Ray's been trying to duck this match,
Exactly.
forever because he doesn't want to have to fight his son. He doesn't want to have to do it. But the reality is, Dominik took it to the one level to where he knew Ray was going to have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't disrespect your mother. You don't disrespect your sister.
Mm-hmm.
And, also, a lot of people forget, there's like, oh, you're disrespecting your mother. That's also his wife.
Yeah.
There are lines you just don't cross. And I'm sorry. I don't care whether you're blood or not. When you start directly disrespecting your mother and getting in her face, I'm sorry, as a father myself, there are lines you don't cross, and I got two out there that will take the same ass whooping that Dominik's going to get here on Sunday. If they get in Mama's face over there, that's assuming that they get lucky enough that that super Nacho can get to them first. Because if Mama Bear gets to them first, they're not going to live to see the light again.
They're going to be unalived to be brought back to life for them to be unalived again.
Exactly. Alyssa, you're up first.
These are not statements, just so you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are not condoning violence against children.
No, I love my babies. I really do.
But don't disrespect your mother. I mean, that's the story here.
Yep.
I've been teeter-tottering with this one, I'm not going to lie. But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to respect and principle.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to save you. I've been trying to warn you, like, I'm not going to put my hands on you. You're not worth my time.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not going to be like that. But then you take it there? You want a low blow? No problem. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going right.
Okay. I suppose I can't wear the mask, and then sit here and
I was going to say,
and
you
pick,
can't
pick,
pick,
and pick against Ray, or can I?
That's contradicting.
No, for every reason we've stated. I mean, this is a matter of respect, and at the end of the day, I don't think this will be the last time we see them face each other. I do truly believe that Dominik will ultimately be Ray's retirement match if and when that day comes, but it's not here. The fact is, he's tried to be the right party. He's tried to be the good guy the entire way, despite the fact that his son going off the rails. He's tried everything to save him. He's tried tough love. He's tried no love. He's tried putting him in jail. He's tried to be like, look, I'm not doing this. Originally he went to SmackDown because he's just like, look, I can't get through to you. Fine, go do what you want to do. He's tried every other path except fine. We're going to finally go at it. And we're going to get a chance to truly see how far Dominik's come against, the Hall of Famer. But I will go Rey Mysterio here as well.
Again, I think it's already been stated in my previous statement. I feel like Ray has been the underdog story from the moment I watched, also being an underdog myself. I'm going to pull for him, and there's not going to be no difference. The fact that you crossed a line and you disrespected your mother and your sister saying, shut up. If I said shut up to my mother, I'd be out for a week on the floor. I would not be coming back from that. And you said your sister was dumb? Are you kidding me? Between the two, I think she's the smartest of the two because she knows not to disrespect her father or her mother. But my pick is going to be Ray. I want him to whoop him good.
And everything screams in this that Damian, maybe Rhea, if she fights on night one, gets involved here. I think there's a reason this is on night two. Killing all storylines here. Let's just talk about the two people involved. What a great moment this has to be for the two of them. And to take all storylines out of play, the story has been beautifully written.
Yeah.
The ungrateful snot child that's been handed everything in his lifetime and blames his father for anything that goes wrong. The father who's still trying to do the right thing. The story's been written beautifully.
Yeah,
They've played the part perfectly. But what a great moment, especially for Ray. You go in the Hall of Fame and you get a match with your son.
I feel like
There's only a couple of people who have ever even had the opportunity, let alone it be at WrestleMania.
I feel like they've come full circle, honestly, with this story and the storytelling.
Yeah.
This has been outside of the Usos. This has been the best story that's been written. You're emotionally invested, and I feel like any storyline you get into that you can emotionally get yourself into, you're going to enjoy it. Super Nacho will return at SmackDown and Hall of Fame, so if you're in LA, watch out for Super Nacho. He will be there. Shift.
You hear that derivative sigh, you know where that came from. 2 to go, and speaking of the Usos.
I'm excited. Boy.
Piggybacking on what I just said, I mean, there has been no storyline in WWE in the last calendar year that has been written better than the Sami Zayn story, eventually merging in the bloodline, earning the trust mainly of Jey Uso, then the twists and turns, Kevin Owens trying to tell him this was going to happen, then it happens, he doesn't forgive him, but now does. I mean, your heart's been invested in this every single week. This is what you've tuned in for. In my opinion, this is the one people are most looking forward to. I still argue I think it should main event night 1, but right now they have it slotted for night 2. Could very well open the show on night 2 to really give something in. But it's for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn re-teaming up again as they battle the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, Jimmy and Jay, the ones, the Usos. Ladies, take it.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go on the record saying, look at each team and look at Jay. Jay has had quite a year, starting from the whole Roman Reigns, mistreating him, abusing him, making him feel some type of way. And then on the flip side, Sami has had quite a year too. You're taking two of the people and you're giving them the best storyline, and then the fact that you're doing it together, that is great. We've said it in this household. I feel like at some point Jay should main event, and I feel like he should take those titles off of Roman, but that's a whole other can of worms. Jay's gone through every emotion, from upset, angry, happy, not trusting, to trusting. He's gone off and done his own thing. I mean, that's what you want in a champion. I mean, I feel like he's more than the tag team champions now, but it is what it is. Not saying that Jimmy hasn't been doing his thing, because he has. So, yeah. And then when it comes to Sami, he's had quite a year. He's given us laughs and giggles and neckbeard and...
Coming a long way from losing in a mousetrap to Johnny Knoxville this time last year.
I feel that was a disgrace to Sami and everything that he's worked so hard on. These two teams, I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath. You understand what type of person Kevin Owens is. You understand what type of people the Usos are. And then the fact that Sami has now gotten the mentality of knowing what Kevin is thinking and being on the side of the bloodline and then, like, turning on him for his best friend. How can you go wrong? And then the fact that you defended your best friend, and it took some time for you to actually get your best friend back. But what I loved is at the last moment when you think Kevin Owens was gone, here he comes again to help you. The chemistry between these two teams are immaculate. You gotta love them.
The storytelling behind this single-handedly kept me.
The storyline writing on so many matches going in has been phenomenal. This has been the best storyline writing we've seen in the last 10 years, easy.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah. Like, all the weeks sitting there wondering how Jay felt, sitting there having him and Sami talking like, I acknowledge you. Like, all that, you sit over here like, are you about to turn on? You about to turn on the Tribal Chief? What you got going on, man? He's going so. What? That was me. What? But just seeing like the brothers and the best friends, like you said it best, the chemistry in this match. Child. Boy, what?
You're invested.
I am invested.
Like,
Lord.
The tears and the upset and the heartbreaks and the heartaches, and you have me, and I'm not going to put Alyssa on the spot, we're literally over here crying for some of the things, and then laughing and kikiing.
I mean, every emotion you can think of has been invested in the last year between these four in combination with Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline, Solo, and etc. The fact is, you hit it best. There have been moments where you have absolutely laughed your backside off, feeling oozy, and etc. And the different things that Sami Zayn has done. See him dancing behind the Bloodline on their entrances and whatnot.
That's Steven.
That's absolutely me. I was absolutely the Sami Zayn of our group. But then you felt the tears, when they finally just destroyed Kevin Owens. Sami made his choice and had to be sacrificed at Royal Rumble. But then also, go back even further than that to War Games with Sami Zayn finally pledging his allegiance and the bullets he took, only to be cast aside when it decided it wasn't fitting for him anymore. Jey Uso's 4-week exodus where he needed to make a decision. He only showed up just long enough to defend the tag titles with Jimmy, and then he left again for a couple more weeks, and you spent the entire week wondering, what is he going to do? You made sure you were in front of your TV at 8 o'clock and not 1 second later Eastern time, because you were not going to you were not going to run the risk that if they open with this that you're going to miss it. And benefiting from this has been people like Solo Sikoa, who has been able to be right there in the thick of all of this in terms of making for a great storyline. But every emotion has been put in play, and this is the ultimate culmination that you knew was coming from this, where it's about the gold, but it's also about bringing an end to this, because the Usos lose their power as truly the runners of the tag team division if they don't hold the gold. But at the same time, you now have an opportunity, if you're the Usos, to truly finish off this story. You end both the Kevin and Sami problem at the same time by eliminating them once and for all, by beating them at WrestleMania. I mean, my goodness. I mean, every emotion is going to be with this. This is going to feel like an NXT main event. There are going to be so many near falls in this. Your emotions are going to be through the roof. And this may be why they're putting this, early night one, is because you want the crowd to get into this right from the get-go. I'll say this. If Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes was not the main event of WrestleMania, this would be.
Yes.
And in my opinion, and I'm stating it for the record, this should be the night one main event. I do not agree with the decision that they're going with Charlotte and Rhea. It's not my call. I disagree with them wholeheartedly. This should be your main event.
Yeah, the storytelling, the effort behind it, all that.
It's been phenomenal. Kia, you're opening the picks on this one. It's finally time to pick a choice.
I've watched the Usos come in since day one, and yes, that is now an Uso reference, where they had the makeup and the face paint, and they did their dance, their cultural dance.
Anybody else see that in the videos?
You see it in
Yes.
the entrance? Yeah.
And I'm loving it, and the chemistry that they have as brothers. And I was sad to see that. I said, oh my God, no, Jake isn't siding with Sami. But then to see that kick to the side of Sami's head, I was
You
like,
saw the hug, and your heart broke.
I was like, Lord have mercy. But then also seeing the chemistry and how Sami went the full effort to get Kevin back, to defend him, to say, hey, yes, I know I've done some stupid stuff, but at the end of the day, we're ride and die. You're my brother. You're my best friend. I love you. We're going to do this until the end. We're going to ride this thing out. So for me, I'm very conflicted. Also, with that being said, if the Usos are watching, we're coming to see you, and we love you and Solo at Cricket.
Be up, rise and shine on that Saturday morning.
So
Absolutely.
Ooh, we gonna be tired,
Oh, well.
but we gonna get through it.
my pick is, I feel like the Usos are going to retain. I feel like you can't tell a good story without the Usos, and I feel like you can't tell a good story with Sami and Kevin. But again, there has been some discord in the bloodline between Sami and Kevin. So who's really going to win? Who's really going to lose? Either way, it's going to be a good match, and I feel like the Usos will retain.
This match is gonna be fire. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be lit.
I'm so excited for most of the card. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
y'all.
it's one of the better cards they've written in years.
I'm
It's really good.
Honestly, most of night 2 I've been speechless because
It's
there's
just
not much you can say.
outside of the showcase matches, and it's no disrespect to the people in that match, but it's just like every match you have an emotional investment, but this one most of all.
Exactly. I've ridden this train since I got here, and I'm not gonna stop now. Usos retain. Bloodline, baby. Every day.
At the end of the day, my viewpoint on this is these are two teams that have been very good together, but also two broken teams. These are teams that have chinks in their armor. They're visible. The other team knows that there are chinks in the armor because the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn team is just getting itself back together. The Usos they've been played with emotions, not just from Roman Reigns, but also from themselves. Where does Jay's loyalty lie? And ultimately it fell where it has. It's going to come down to which team has less damage in the armor that is their team. And at the end of the day, blood beats out friendship. Usos in a classic. I'm going to argue it may be up there, like arguably with this has the capability of being up there with TLC 1 or 2 way back when as arguably the best tag team match that we've ever seen at WrestleMania. It's going to be right up there with it, but the Usos do retain. And at this point, we've stalled out as long as we can. We've done almost 3 hours worth of filming today. I'm going to go ahead and stay back here because I feel it's appropriate to do so, but I'm going to need the two of you to swap sides because there will be no more waiting, no more conversizing. If we can just get that light one more time for me, it is main event time.
Oh, my baby! Y'all know I love this man. I don't care what y'all say. These beautiful men in this battle. Hello, Cody Rhodes. Hello.
So long this match has been set up. I believe, realistically, I think as a WWE Universe member, I believe you can say we've known this match was going to happen since the moment that Cody Rhodes was cleared to return for the Rumble.
Yeah.
A lot of people believed it was going to happen a lot sooner than that. I think some people maybe saw this as soon as Cody came out of the stage for his match with Seth Rollins last year. As soon as his music hit, it's like, here's your main event next year. But just like we talked about with the Usos and Sami Zayn and whatnot, the emotions have been there with this one. They have not pulled any punches in terms of the personal attacks on each other. They have found a way to bring themselves into it. You know, Roman, and the reality is every word they're saying is truth. Dusty Rhodes, you know, rest his soul, was very, very high on Roman Reigns as he came through NXT and through developmental. He never really shined high on Cody because he always felt Cody could do it on his own. He felt he was good enough that he didn't need to be very similar to what you see, you know, some people would argue with Charlotte or maybe with Ava Raine, who's, you know, got to have the love of the former, you know, their parents in order to do so. Cody has done this almost entirely on his own, you know, going all the way back to his days with Legacy and now entering into, you know, Stardust, a promotion that he couldn't even get over in, as Roman said, you know, but also Cody has been determined. I have to finish this story. I have to win the championship that my father could never win. And to do so, you're going to be ending a close to 1,000-day title reign of the Tribal Chief in Roman Reigns, who is holding the Universal and WWE Championships, closing in. Actually, it'll be a year when he defends it because he won them. Well, 1-1 from Brock, and that Universal title reign closing in on almost 1,000 days, over 1,200 days without being pinned. He is yet to be pinned in this decade. Does it happen at Mania? That's what we're here to discuss. Alyssa, start us off. Because I don't think it's... I think our picks are pretty obvious for those two. I might be the one who throws the monkey wrench, but Alyssa, start us off.
All right, so this is nothing new, y'all. This is going to be the same speech I give y'all every single time this man fights.
The render.
I love when Steven throws facts at me like, I've never seen a day in wrestling, like, as an adult without the Tribal Chief.
It's true.
The Universal Champion.
The day that Alyssa became a part of On the Ring Apron, he was the Universal Champion. She has not watched a day as a member of the On the Ring Apron group in which Roman Reigns has not been a world champion.
And I love it here. Honestly, it's comfy. It's a safe choice. We can't go wrong. I'm sorry.
Kia?
Again, congratulations to Roman, Tribal Chief, the head of the table, whatever you want to call yourself. You have literally made these titles worth watching. You have made this story for the last almost year and a half. You've made me, and you got me invested. Am I a fan of yours? Most definitely. I've been a fan since the Shield, and I feel like his evolution from the Shield to now, it's insanity.
I'm going to zoom in on our side wall here, but the way it's like, it's not just speech, okay? We know what we're doing here. Continue.
You make me want to watch it. This story has played out beautifully. I love it. And I really hope that it keeps going. You've had tears, you've had laughter, you've had where's your brother, you've had if he doesn't show up, I'm going to get you, you've had nice Roman, y'all go to the back and y'all get something to eat, and let me handle business with Paul. You've had him call out Jay, you've had him call out Jimmy, you've had him call out Solo, and you've had him do it one at a time, because there's a game plan all day, every day. If you're the tribal chief, you need a game plan, and this man has done it perfection to perfection. Now, my baby over here, Cody, I feel like he's fighting for something more than these titles, and I don't want to sound like that, but you have to understand, he has literally been here, we'd say a year, half a year, Steven?
It'll be a year at Mania.
Okay, so he's been here for a
I mean,
good
obviously injured for a majority of it.
year. That's neither here nor there. He's been here for a year, and he's done the damn thing, and he's come in, and he's been a beast. Who's going to fight with a torn pectoral? Not I. Not me. I'm in the back trying to catch some Z's.
And instead, he's going to go out there and wrestle the match of the year.
Yeah.
He's going to wrestle the match of the year. And again, I like how he is gracefully taken everything Roman's had to say, everything Paul has had to say, everything that people have said to him, and he's doing it with class. He's doing it with grace. There is no ill will, and he comes out every single time and asks, what do you want to talk about? And the fact he has nothing but sheer respect for him. You love to see a competitor. You have every day, Monday and Friday, there is respect for the tribal chief. So it's not like he's going in with ill will, ill intent towards them. This is going to be a good battle, a war, I feel like, of attritions, shall Steven say. And it's just going to be, I'm excited. Now, about the extra pyro, I'm excited.
The entrances and the pyros are going to be insanity. And not to be dramatic.
But she wants to.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Because the amount of fireworks and the amount of length of time that these entrances are going to take is going to be insanity. You're going to have time to go get your beer, go get your popcorn, go to the bathroom, and still be back in time to catch the introductions. Mm-hmm. So, either way, we're a minute and a half from an hour on this show, so let's finish up our picks here and get ready to move out to LA. We got an early flight in the morning. Let's get the two obvious picks out of the way. Alyssa, your pick? Just so it's official.
I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns.
Roman to retain.
Come on.
Kia.
I'm going with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I feel like he's going to get it done. And even if he doesn't for whatever reason, he's going to look good doing it.
Absolutely.
No ill will. I love you with everything.
And mine's pick simply comes down to the fact that you look at all of the people that Roman has beaten. Brock multiple times. Mm-hmm. Cena. Not Cody, but Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens like 4 times. It just seems like he keeps running into him. Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Goldberg, Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. Well, technically he didn't beat Seth Rollins, but that was a disqualification loss, but he still walked out with gold. You look at it, and everything Cody's done since he got back has been for the purpose of dethroning Roman Reigns. And yeah, the torn pec really did not help because he spent a lot of time away. And that's why, ultimately, I can't pick Cody in this match. I think if you had given Cody a full year, then I could argue that he's more ready to be that guy. But I feel like this is one that it needed to happen. It needed to be pushed. But where I ended up losing where my choice was sealed was about 2 weeks ago when Cody Rhodes went out there and he used the word, "I'm undefeated since I came back." The moment people start talking about records and they start talking about timelines and everything else, they've been doing it to Roman for, well over 2 years, and yet he just keeps winning. So it seems like it does not affect those in God mode. To me, Cody will be a world champion at some point. It doesn't happen here. Roman's too close to 1,000. They're going to want to set that record. But also at the same time, I just don't feel like Cody's done enough that he's going to be the one that's going to end Roman's reign here. And yes, I did use that. So I say this with a lot of optimism, but I also say it with a lot of, it's going to be good. You're going to see Roman kick out of about 9 Cody cutters in this match. But Roman's going to retain. I don't feel like Cody's the one that needs to end it. Not here, anyway. maybe a rematch in Saudi Arabia, maybe a rematch at Backlash, but Roman's run is going to continue. He's going to get to that 1,000, and then let's discuss a possible change. But I like Roman retaining here. And that's it, y'all. A lot of recording, a lot of days, but the reality is we're here because we enjoy wrestling. You're watching because you enjoy wrestling. I hope we were able to provide you with some entertainment, some fun facts and everything else. For Kia and I, this is WrestleMania number 11 for us. For Alyssa, it's Mania number 2. So, a little less experience, but she has fun all the same. It's almost like, and I hate to use this term, but I'm gonna say it here. It's almost like, when you take your child to, their first wrestling event, and you see that wonder and that glimmer in their eye that, you had when you were a kid, and realizing that, I heard a person say once that wrestling was soap operas for men, but, we go to WrestleMania every year, and that audience is well over 50% female. That is not just a man's entertainment anymore. And I'm happy about it, but the entire card, we said it, it's easily the most well-written storyline card in easily the last 10 years. Yeah. I think 30 might have been the most recent one with Daniel Bryan's run and his story, and then Brock beating the streak. I really think since then we have not seen an entire WrestleMania where there is no bathroom break. It's going to be hard to find one. Mm-hmm. So a minute each, sum it up, and then let's go to bed. We got an early flight. Alyssa?
I'm going to keep it under a minute. I'm super excited for this one. I'm not leaning towards that pyro. We'll take it one day at a time, folks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited. It's our 11th year, and I'm going. It is what it is. Let's get it.
I'm excited too. We're ready to be on the road. Hey, work's done. The out of office messages are on. Hey, let's mosey. So either way, thank you for joining us for all of our Top Rope spoilers. I know we posted 3 of them in a period of 24 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you're in LA, please come say hey. We're going to be in the Black Mania Club jersey, so be watching out for us. And of course, if you see us, feel free to stop by. We love taking selfies, etc. with you guys. And then, of course, WrestleMania itself, whether you're in LA or whether you're watching it on Peacock, the network, whatever, enjoy yourselves. But we all love wrestling, and that's what we're here for. So WrestleMania, finally here. Let's enjoy it. Let's have a good night, y'all.
Bye.